Hi guys, welcome back to Golden Reviewer. So today we are going to review the best product from Singapore Airlines, the suite on Airbus A380. This thing is called a hotel room in the sky, and as you can imagine, it does cost a lot of money. So one-way ticket from London to Singapore will cost about 7k pounds, and two of us will make that 14k. Judging by the price tag, this has to be some impressive and unforgettable experience. Alright, let's find out. So here we start at Heathrow Airport in London, and of course we'll be using the first class check-in counter. There is really nothing special about the check-in experience. It's only that we didn't have to queue at all.
Alright, have a pleasant flight.
Thank you. So after the check-in, we could use the fast track for security scan as well as passport control. And after that, we headed to the first class lounge for Singapore Airlines.
Hello.
Let's take a look at the lounge. So the first thing I noticed is that this lounge is pretty empty, which is understandable because you don't have that many first class passengers after all. This thing alone makes it much more enjoyable than many of the business class lounges out there. Those are usually overcrowded nowadays because of the revenge travel. So here we have some champagne, some alcoholic drink, tea and coffee of course, and soft drinks. And then here is the counter for fruits and snacks, and there are some dim sum as well. And right outside of the window is the airport tarmac, so it's good for watching the aircrafts. Here is the a la carte menu, and we order some steak. My wife ordered some laksa. We didn't really like the food there, so please manage your expectations. After the lunch, it's about time for boarding. Now let's take a look at the aircraft we'll be on tonight. It's an Airbus A380 registered as 9V-SKQ. I took this exact aircraft for my trip from Singapore to London, but that was in business class. And I also saw this aircraft this afternoon at Greenwich Park. And thanks to the S22 Ultra's crazy zoom capabilities, I was able to look at it from so far away. Okay, back to the boarding process. Some of you might know that Airbus A380 is a double-decker aircraft, and for Singapore Airlines, it's all economy on the lower deck and first and business class on the upper deck. So we are heading towards the upper deck for the suites. Here you can look at the layout again, and you can see that there are 6 suites at the front of the aircraft, and we'll be sitting at 1A and 2A today. And here if we compare the space occupied by each of the class, you'll see that one suite is approximately 4 times the area of a business seat and more than 10 times the space occupied by an economy seat.
Hi, good evening.
So the crew escort us to our seat. My wife will be sitting in 1A, and I'll be sitting at 2A. So both on the left side, so the first row and the second row.
Okay.
Actually, I've watched quite a lot of review videos or blogs about this suite product before my actual trip, but I still cannot help but say wow about this product. It just looks so spacious, so luxurious, and it's just unlike anything else I've experienced before. There is just so much room. Now let's move to my room, my suite. And if you see, the crew is actually trying to lower the wall between the 2 suites. So if you are traveling as a couple, this can be lowered so that the 2 suites can be combined into one huge suite. Otherwise, if you are an individual traveler, this can stay up as a divider. So today we have 6 passengers in the suite cabin, and we have 3 crews that will be taking care of us. So that's a 1:2 ratio. And all the crews are just so nice.
Hi, my name is Elvin.
Yes.
Hi.
Together with my another colleague, Zaidi.
Hello.
So we'll be serving you today. So welcome on board with us.
This is the view from my seat, and just look at the space. There is so much space, and actually it's too spacious that it's impossible for 2 of us to talk to each other. We are just so far apart away. Then the crew sent us the LALIK pajamas, which is free for all first-class passengers. Time to check out the seat control. So you can basically control everything from this handrest. Basically, you can turn your seat, you can convert it from the upright position to the lounge position, and more interestingly, you can control the TV as well. You can see that normally the TV is folded against the wall, but you can use this button to make it point towards you. How interesting is that? Then we have this wireless tablet, which is for in-flight entertainment controls. Then B&O active noise cancellation headphones, and an amenity kit from LALIK. I'll do the unboxing of this amenity kit later on. And then you have some power plugs, you have USB, HDMI ports, and more place for storage. And then here is a small closet for your clothes or for your shoes. And this is actually just inside the wall of your suite. Then to the windows, and you can see that the sunshade of the window is actually powered, so you control it by the buttons. And it's actually a two-stage design. So you have the option to block 50% of light or 100% of light. And you have another row of buttons here to control the lighting as well as the sunshade and your TVs in the room. Okay, here is an unboxing of the amenity kit. You have a soap, air freshener, lip balm, and body lotion. And the nice cruise also gave an SIA bear to each of us as a surprise gift.
Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines. As the safety equipment on this aircraft may differ from that on other aircraft, please give us your attention as we bring you through this important safety briefing and on a journey through Singapore. To fasten, bring the two ends of the seat belt together until you hear a click. Tighten it better and slip it over your head.
Something interesting to mention, you can see that Suite 1A has an extra small TV, which is dedicated for safety videos, because you have to face forward while watching the video.
Anywhere else in the world we take you.
After the safety videos, first class and the business class passengers will have a special video to tell them how to use their suite and the seat functions. And after that, we are ready for departure. Alright, we've completed the departure, so take a look at the suite door. You can see that it's not fully private. You do have some spaces for the crew to check on passengers. We find the seat controls, especially the automatic rotation and stuff, very interesting. So we've spent some more time playing it. Also, just to show you, this is the maximum recline you can have on this seat. Some of you might be surprised that the seat cannot go to a fully flat position, but actually it doesn't have to. You'll see why later. Now it's about dinner time. Let's take a look at the menu. So in this first class suite seat, you have this huge tray table, which offers more than enough space for a proper course meal. So our dinner will start with Singapore satay. This is a specialty for Singapore Airlines, and it tastes really great. After that, the crew set up the table and started with the actual dinner courses. And here, Uncle Alvin actually taught me something new, which I didn't really know before. He told me that you could tell the rank of a Singapore Airlines crew by looking at the color of his tie or her uniform. And the color scheme is actually borrowed from Singapore dollar notes. The larger the denomination, the higher the rank. Okay, for the starter, of course, I'll try their caviar. Actually, I've never had caviar before, even on the ground, because it's just too expensive for me. Unsurprisingly, the caviar will come with this pearl spoon. However, I think a pearl spoon is just a myth and it's just add more headache to the logistics. Because the first spoon I got was actually a broken one. Anyway, the caviar tastes great and I really like it. Wife got some chicken soup, which she really liked as well. And for my main course, I went with XO prawns, and this has to be the best prawns I've ever had. It's tender, it's huge, and it's very, very tasty. And then we have some coffee cakes for dessert. By the way, if you are wondering how I feel myself eating, here is a legit use case for the Galaxy Z Fold 4. I decided to check out the toilets after my dinner, and on this aircraft there are two toilets. There is a smaller toilet on the left and a larger toilet on the right. Let's take a look at the smaller one first. By all means, who would call this toilet small? I think it's just so huge by aircraft standard, right? You can literally lie down in this toilet and there is still enough space for another person to do his business. Anyway, I changed to my Lalique PJ in this toilet, and let's check out the other larger toilet. Now look at this. How about this? You have a toilet area, you have a dressing area, and they are actually separated. This is actually larger than the toilet at my home. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know how many mirrors there are in here, and countless amenities, everything you need. This is the definition of luxury. Coming back to my suite, I see the crews are actually preparing the bed. This is a very decent turn-down service. This suite cabin is so cleverly designed that the suite 1A and 2A can have their single beds combined into a double bed. And this is what we call a hotel room in the sky. Having this amount of space and privacy at 40,000 feet is just so amazing. I really can't think of anything better, maybe except for private jets, which I may never have a chance to try. This day happens to be my wife's birthday, so SAA also presented us with this birthday cake. Such a nice gesture. Okay, time for bed. And by the way, you have free Wi-Fi for the whole flight, so you do get some cozy social media time before you actually go to sleep. I slept like a baby for a few hours, and by the time I woke up, we already flew past India. The crew came to make our bed once they see we got up. This is the kind of service that we say is good. I think they must have kept checking on us without us knowing, so they could come to us and do their job as soon as possible when we woke up. And then it's breakfast time. Of course, you have your normal morning tea and coffee. I had prawn salad for my appetizer for breakfast.
Thank you.
It was very delicious and appetizing. And then for my main course, I had lobster wonton. To be honest, I don't even know that you can have lobster wonton. I always had meat wonton or maybe prawn wonton at most, but this is lobster wonton. I guess they'll just have to find out the most expensive way to make every single dish. Okay, fine. I called this breakfast, but it's actually afternoon tea time in Singapore anyway, because of the time difference. Our flight is due to arrive at 5 p.m., which will be pretty soon. Now let's just spend a moment to enjoy the views at landing.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
After landing, we didn't head to home straight away because there is this Singapore Airlines first class lounge in Changi Airport, which is open to arriving passengers in first class as well. Since Changi Airport is the home base for Singapore Airlines, I suppose the first class lounge here should be the best of all Singapore Airlines first class lounges. And today we are actually heading to the private room, which is a more exclusive section in this first class lounge, and is also just recently renovated and reopened. We are mainly here for dinner, so we won't actually use all of the lounge facilities. We'll just check out the menu and order a few items. Yeah, so here is the menu. You can pause if you want a better look at it. Okay, so with this light dinner, that marks the end of our great flight experience with Singapore Airlines in their suite class. I really do hope you enjoyed my video as much as I enjoyed the flight experience. So I'm Golden Reviewer. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.